I hang them up along with the pictures. So this is the Kerala one, this is the red one, this is a white one, this is
What we saw? Red and green.
this is actually green. The red and green one I don't have one. This is totally green and very deeply ridged. And when I came to Bombay, one person from Gujarat said that it's grown in Kutch and they call it Navdhari because it has 9 grooves.
Wow.
You see? So actually we are doing this kind of collection, and why do we do this? Like, it's just to have like a fashion parade of vegetables or something. I mean, it's not just for like to have all these different things like different products or soaps or shampoos in the supermarket, but each one is really unique in the sense that nutritionally they are unique. Like this color differences, this pigments, red pigment, now someone has written something in the papers that it's antioxidant. Purple and red pigmented vegetables are rich in antioxidants. So, everybody knows, all cooking cultures, we know that plate should look colorful, isn't it? So we don't need that type of scientific study to tell us that you should have different colored foods and that more the color the better, the contrasting colors, green, red, yellow, we have that. So one is nutritional, the other, they are also unique in their agronomic features. So one is, one is very high yielding in a short time. One is high yielding over a long period of time. It produces for a very long period of time. Another one you can eat raw. Bhindi you can eat raw. It's not slimy. You see? Then one can tolerate a lot of drought and one can tolerate waterlogging. It's the same thing for all the vegetables. When we grow them, even in a small garden like this, we get to know them. And out of our collection, last year we grew 15 brinjals and we found 2 of them are very highly drought tolerant and heat tolerant. That means they survive our Pondi summer without irrigation. They can survive 2 summers without irrigation and they will not die. They will produce again when it rains. So people can say what they want about climate change and the necessity of GM crops. It is not to be believed at all because everything is there in our traditional varieties.
So why is there only one variety dominating?
That's for market forces. See, these are non-commercial varieties. These are varieties bred by farmers and which we have collected over the many years since Bernard has been involved since 1984 in the organic movement. We used to run training programs in the 90s. And we used to, whenever we invited farmers, we told them, bring seeds for exchange. And like this, we have the red bhindi, for instance. I have it since 18 years. I'm conserving that. It was grown in Oroville, but we've grown other ones from farmers, That the bottle gourds we had since 97, 96, like this. So these varieties only survive in farmers' backyards, in their farms, in their home gardens.